Hey, what is going on guys? My name is Nort, and in today's Grand Theft Auto 5 video, I'm going to be explaining everything about the Finance and Felony DLC we know so far. I'm going to be breaking down the entire Newswire post bit by bit, and just explaining everything we know so far about this insane GTA Online expansion. And in Rockstar Games' own words, they described this as the biggest and deepest update yet to GTA Online. So this is definitely very exciting. There's loads and loads of things going on, loads and loads of things to go through as well. And if you guys are just as hyped for this DLC as I am, be sure to show that hype by smashing the like button. Just smash the heck out of that button, and we'll see how many of you guys are hyped for this DLC. But today is a great day. There's loads of information to cover, so let's get into this. So to start things off, this Newswire post came out 2 hours ago. You guys can go and check it out for yourself. And the information we gathered from it is that the DLC is coming out on June the 7th, and there's going to be brand new features, vehicles, and much, much more. But going into the nitty-gritty of this, something I'm going to go into first is that there should be a brand new criminal hierarchy system. Now, this was quoted by Rockstar Games to climb to the top of the criminal hierarchy in GTA Online. So this could mean a few things. If it's the best case scenario, this could be a brand new leaderboard system, and the kingpin or the best CEO of their criminal organization or their VIP organization would be at the top of that leaderboard system. They further on said how there's going to be a kingpin system and a corporate ladder as well, where you can basically show off exactly how big your organization is to become the ultimate criminal kingpin in Los Santos and Blaine County. So best case scenario, this could be a brand new leaderboard system to become the kingpin of GTA 5. Imagine how crazy that would be. Maybe Rockstar Games will showcase individual players or just leaders of crews as well as their crew, or maybe it will be an entire organization in itself, like your VIP organization. On the other hand, this could just be a criminal hierarchy inside your own crew. As you guys may know, there is a hierarchy already which you guys can set for yourself. That would be a bit of a letdown if that was the case, because of course you can choose exactly who is what and who is where in your hierarchy, in your crew, but that would also be another system to go by. But personally, I think this is a criminal hierarchy for organization leaders as well as the organization itself, and it's basically a race to become the kingpin of Los Santos, which would definitely add depth to GTA Online, which is something Rockstar Games mentioned this update will definitely do. In addition to this, there's also a giant step in the corporate ladder. So this update essentially continues the VIP organizations. So what we have today in Online is a system where you can hire 3 bodyguards, create your own organization, and do a variety of VIP missions. They're kind of underused, and I know a lot of players don't quite use them. If you go into online sessions, you might see a VIP organization here and there, but the majority of them are just created so they can use the VIP and bodyguard outfits. But this might actually add depth to the VIP organizations by adding in a giant step to the corporate ladder, which is going to be owning a brand new criminal enterprise, which I believe you can only recruit either your crew members or your bodyguards into it. This is because in this image we can see the VIP leader or the CEO of the criminal enterprise, as well as 3 other associates. And as you guys may know, the maximum amount of bodyguards you can have in an organization is 3, which makes every organization a maximum of 4 players, which is exactly what we can see inside this image. So we could be looking at, once again, one of 2 things. Maybe you can have your own crew for this, so you can invite whoever you want to the crew, and you can invite 3 members from the crew to work for you in your own criminal enterprise. Or maybe you have to make a VIP organization, and you have to invite your bodyguards into these missions with you. And if you guys are wondering how these missions work, I believe it's going to be something similar to heists. If you guys have played heists, this might be a bit easier to track along with this, but essentially the way Rockstar Games worded it is that you need to get yourself a high-rise office and warehouse to begin this entire update, so begin these missions and begin what you're doing, and you're going to need to have yourself 3 associates. So imagine this is like Heist, where you have to get your own heist room in a high-rise property. This time you have to get a high-rise office to start everything here, as well as a warehouse. So I believe it's going to be similar to Heist. You invite your associates into your office and your warehouse, and you load up each mission where you can buy and sell contraband, and we do see a few images of missions as well. So I believe this is going to be something similar to Heists, which looks absolutely crazy as well, and I can't wait to give this a try. But the best way to describe this is quite literally something like Heists, but instead of inviting your friends, they must be bodyguards of your organization, or they might be in your crew, or maybe, just maybe, we might be able to invite our friends, who knows. But by the looks of things, you can only have 3 associates and 1 leader, so a team of 4 players. And this does mean we're going to be getting a whole new variety of high-rise offices and warehouses as well. We do know one office which was showcased in the first announcement for this DLC. It's around the west side of Los Santos. It looked pretty nice, to be honest, but there's going to be other offices as well, considering that Rockstar Games did tell us to acquire a high-rise office. So it looks like there's going to be more offices to choose from, as well as a warehouse as well. So there's going to be a variety of offices located around Los Santos, most likely in the city center where all of the skyscrapers are, so that should be a location where we can get these offices. And if you guys are wondering exactly how this might work as well, if you are the CEO of any criminal organization or enterprise, it looks like all you do is sit in a chair and use your D-pad to control your associates and bodyguards of your organization. So as you can see, this is a code or a line of code which was leaked out by FunMW2, telling us options like D-pad buy, D-pad sell. There's also D-pad defend, aircraft support, cash, sale, and frank possibly. And it seems like this is a mixture of missions you can give your associates and missions you can give yourself. So it looks like the CEO definitely won't be involved in all of the action, but it seems like there's a different game for the CEO. So if you are leading any sort of criminal enterprise or organization, there will be a different game between the CEOs just themselves and then the associates doing the work for the CEOs. So let's take the first D-pad options for example. It looks like the associates will be rounded up with the headquarters, hence why we have D-pad head. So it looks like that's going to be a way to round everyone up. And then there's buy and sell and defend. So they seem like actions for your associates. And then there's also what looks like aircraft support, cash, sale, and the forward rate agreement. This could be something to do with Maze Bank and getting large sums of money, or you could be using this to pay your associates or something. But it looks like the other two, the cash and sale, is going to be a different game between the CEOs and executives of criminals and organizations. So if you are the leader, it looks like you will have your own type of tasks and missions to do, where you can maybe steal some cash from other CEOs, or maybe go on sale and sell your stuff for a cheaper price to get it out faster or something which is more significant, a more significant decision in your criminal enterprise. So that looks like something the CEO can do, and then of course the buy, sell, and defend is something your associates can do, and aircraft support looks like something both of you guys can do if you ever need some support from the sky. And on that note, there is a Hunter helicopter, something similar to the Savage and the Valkyrie. It was actually cut from GTA Online when it was first released, and it's been speculated to be introduced in any time soon. So this might be a new vehicle coming in with this DLC, and bringing ourselves into that segment of vehicles, there's actually going to be more than one vehicle. As you guys may have seen on the newswire, there's the brand new Pegassi Reaper, which looks like a hybrid car, like a mix between the Aventador and the Lycan. It looks more like the Lycan, to be honest, but it's a little bit flatter in my opinion. It has a bit more shape to it. The Lycan is very, very unique in its own way, so it looks like it's more so a Lycan vehicle, but it's been shaped a little bit more like an Aventador, so that is exactly what the Reaper looks like. No doubt is this car going to cost a lot of money, so definitely save your shark cards for that. But just underneath it, it does quote how this is going to be one of the new vehicles added to GTA Online. And instead of quoting cars, Rockstar Games actually quoted vehicles. So it looks like we're going to be seeing a mix of cars, motorbikes, aircraft vehicles, anything along those lines, any sort of vehicle in online. It looks like we're going to see a mixture, so it's not just going to be cars. So I'm super intrigued to see exactly which vehicles Rockstar Games add in. It further on states how there's going to be some brand new features and much more, but I didn't hear too much about weapons. And usually when Rockstar Games add new weapons into updates, they always mention it in the newswire post, so I don't think we're going to be seeing any new weapons in this DLC, which isn't the worst thing, but I know loads of you guys are huge weapons fans in online, and the chances chances of seeing new weapons in this update have now been made very, very slim. But alongside this, there's also something else which is very, very interesting. There's going to be rare items and much more added in. So if you do fight your way to the top of your criminal enterprise and the hierarchy, you will now be opened up to getting rare items. So I'm really intrigued to see what these rare items are. I saw a few paintings in the offices, so maybe you can collect paintings or something, but there's going to be rare items, so I'm really intrigued to see exactly what these rare items are going to be. No doubt will they be clothing items, because of course clothes just work with everything, so I guess some of them will be clothes, but they make this sound so interesting, so I am super intrigued to see exactly what these rare items are going to be. And I know I touched on the PC earlier when I looked at all the red dots, but I'm just going to quickly look at it again and just tell you guys exactly where some of these dots are, and we'll try and speculate exactly what will go down. It looks like some of the dots are around the observatory, also around the docks, the Merryweather headquarters, around the airport, and around the beachfront as well. Of course, you guys can go and pinpoint exactly where these dots are located at, but it looks like there's going to be deals or some missions or something which we can pinpoint and go to. I'm not too sure exactly which order we can go to. Maybe there's a consecutive order we have to follow, or maybe it's just completely random and we can choose which mission to go to, but it looks like they're the pinpoints we are allocated to as associates if we want to make the deals. As you guys saw, the owner or the CEO was looking at that computer, getting ready to choose the pinpoint, and the associates were waiting for their mission. And a small insight into one of the buy missions, it looks like we have to steal cargo from the FIB. And it looks like the FIB may have taken down a plane carrying cargo. We go and ambush the FIB and take the cargo and then bring it back to the executive. I'm guessing that's kind of how things work, but it's a great little picture taking a look inside this DLC. And aside from that, it looks like we're going to see a whole bunch of new clothes and hairstyles as well. Now, unfortunately, that is all I got time for today, but if you guys have any questions about this DLC, please don't hesitate to let me know down in the comments section below. I hope I did, cover a lot of things. I wrote everything down to make sure everything was here in this video, but if you guys spotted something which I didn't include, please don't hesitate to let me know in the comments section below. Right now, until we get the trailer, there's loads and loads of things hiding in these images, so I'm pretty sure there's going to be at least one or two things I've missed, but if you guys can see them, let me know in the comments. And if you guys want to stay updated on this topic, subscribe to my channel, because I will be uploading all the information about this when it comes out and prior to the release as well, so make sure you stay subscribed for that, and smash the like button if you are hyped for this DLC like me. Anyway, my name is Nort, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.